All right. So we will be playing Daggerheart this evening in the city of Loth'nen, picking up about 6 months after the events of the Sablewood Messengers campaign that we ran. What was it, about 8 months ago now? Sheesh. Time. Before we cut to the intro, let's just have everybody go around and reintroduce your characters for the folks watching at home and me.
He forgot who we were, even though we talk about them all the time.
To be fair, he messaged me earlier and asked me about Lethos stuff, so...
I was looking at a picture of Lethos while I typed that.
If we want to go in order, Megan, you're first up in the overlay.
I play Lethos, purple Infernus Slyborn rogue who loves to flirt, loves to cheat people out of stuff, likes to double talk, and loves to steal whatever Althyr is working on and know all the details.
And Shanks?
Yeah, I play Althyr. He is a very tall, very slender, half elf, half fairy, who is the arcane advisor to the king of Loth'nen. I don't know. He's sassy and creepy.
Well, I play Kieran Voss, basically guy with a sword. If you watch Reagan Prince, you could look up Gren, and that's pretty much how I picture him. He's a member of the Loth'nen Kingsguard, a stalwart guardian, which is kind of like the paladin of this system. Yeah. Recently found myself in a 4-way relationship, apparently. Great.
Yeah, I play Atlas. He is a freeborn giant seraph, so big winged angel looking dude. Also his first relationship and first time in that situation, period. So that was eye-opening. He's just a big dope. Very nice guy though, and tells kids to eat their vegetables to fly.
Lies to children. Nice
Lies to
guy.
children.
Yeah.
Children is
Canon fact.
Objective.
All right. So, welcome to the city of Loth'nen. It is a city with a long history, originally built untold hundreds of years ago, served as the capital of a long since fallen elven kingdom. Fell into disrepair for many years before eventually being resettled by some of the people of the Sablewood and being built on top of the ruins of the original Loth'nen, but keeping the same name. It is surrounded by freshly restored and expanded great white marble walls that serve to provide an arcane defense from the city, for the city. Some say those walls are the reason why it has never been successfully sieged since its rebuilding. And hopefully that will continue thanks to the efforts of our party from the last game, where they brought a very, very, very important piece of the arcane defenses deep into the Sablewood to be recharged before returning it to the city to be restored to its location. With the defenses bolstered, the King Emrys felt more at liberty to take the fight back to their enemy in this war, who my brain is completely short-circuiting. Good God. I'm very prepared.
Those guys who stroked down the road? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Thank you, Vixx. The Lords of Roadstoke, far to the south on the coast. We will zoom in to Loth'nen now on a dark, rainy evening in the winter
After the intro.
after the intro. And as we zoom in to Loth'nen, focusing in on Shanks, Althyr's residence, what is Althyr's residence like, and what is he up to this evening?
Well, there is a particular wing of the palace where Althyr resides as one of the main advisors to the king. It's important that he's on hand to deal with things as they arise. And since he doesn't really enjoy going back to his family home anyway, he's made it a permanent setting for him. Fairly large sort of suite, has a bedroom and a kitchen and privy and everything, and a fairly sizable seating area, living room sort of thing where he can entertain guests. There is very clear motif to this room, as it's all dark wood and decorated in black and gold, and only just the occasional splash of red here or green there, just to have a touch of color in the room. But other than that, it's very comfortable, very well decorated, and the most notable things would be the piano and the massive portrait of himself that hangs on the wall. Althyr is probably sitting at the one end of the sofa with a book in one hand, a glass of wine in the other, his legs crossed comfortably.
Do you think he has any company this evening?
It is most likely that Kieran is here as well.
Yeah, Kieran is probably sitting on the same seat as him. Althyr probably has his legs in Kieran's lap. He's not much of a reader, but he is a planner, so I feel like he's probably sitting just going over some of the notes that from probably the past couple of months of work that he's been doing since moving over from being the King's Guard to more of a protector of Althyr. Probably planning his day a bit for him, the things that he doesn't really want to see to.
You are all sitting there, and the silence of the evening is interrupted by a knock on the door.
Kieran will get up and go in and answer it because he's
He
like,
just gets a look from Althyr.
yeah, doesn't even really have to acknowledge it too much at this point. They've probably fallen into a comfortable rhythm. He gets up, sets his stuff aside, heads over to the door.
Yeah, as you open the door, on the other side, there's a rather short and portly human with about ear-length, curly brown hair, who extends a hand out and says, letter for Lord Althyr. Apologies for the late hour.
Just no trouble at all. Is it urgent?
I was told it was.
All right, well, I'll see to it that he gets this then. He's gonna see to it that he gets this, and I don't think he closes the door. He just kind of leaves it ajar.
Just standing there for a moment with his hand out still.
would I know why?
You perhaps. Yeah, I think. Are you
looking for a tip?
Yeah, he's looking for a tip.
Yeah, sure. I feel like since Kieran does this all the time for Althyr, he probably has like something just beside the door that's meant just for like paying people who come and
It's a
deliver
big bowl
things.
of peasant money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like anything that Althyr wouldn't want to carry around on him.
Doesn't like the way that silver sounds when it jangles together in his pocket.
Yeah. Anything less than gold is not for Althyr.
Appreciated, sirs. Have a lovely evening. And the messenger departs.
Looking it over, is there anything like about it that would signify who it's from immediately, or is it just name on it?
Very conspicuously, no. Even the wax seal holding it shut is missing any sort of embossed stamp.
Kieran's not going to question that. Althyr's a shady person. He's gonna go over to where Althyr's sitting, turns it over, kind of presents it, seal first.
Well, that's unusual.
Told it was urgent.
But that's probably not those portraits I ordered. Take it and break the seal.
Yeah, inside there is a single piece of rather common parchment folded up. Do you take it out?
Yeah. And then I'll read the letter.
Yeah, it's written in a rather unelegant script. It says, "Word has reached my ears, doubtless as it has reached yours as well, that not all are happy with an offer of peace being made at this time. What may not have reached your ears are the credible reports that there are those who are planning to take drastic action to ensure that this conflict continues for the time being. Regrettably, I must decline to offer specifics on who is suspect, as I have no tangible evidence other than highly credible rumor. The political stakes of making such an accusation without evidence would be immense. It is my hope that you will come to suspect those who I do, and that you will be able to pull on those threads until they lead to hard evidence. You will know what to do when you find it." And there is a second wax seal on the bottom of the letter on the front of the page, although unsigned. But this one bears the image of a small flower that has been stamped into the hot wax.
Would I recognize that as someone's signet?
I think, given your position, you would recognize that as not the signet of an individual, but the signet of House Honeybud, which is the house that the current queen belongs to, although there are many more members than just herself.
Right. Interesting. Well, apparently someone in House Honeybun wants us to investigate whoever might be seeking to rile up some conflict.
Do they realize that that could be any number of people?
Yes. and they've offered us no leads.
That does seem like a sort of job that we would be given.
Well, we're going to need some extra hands.
Call up the others.
Yes. I think it's time we went out to the city with our friends and see what's what.
You heading out this evening?
Sure, why not? All I was doing is reading anyway. Let's go find Lethos and Atlas.
Right.
Kieran, you get the provisions and get the carriage. I'll get the wine.
Kieran knows that provisions also includes an extra bottle of wine that he's supposed to
Backup
bring on
wine.
top of. Yes. Yeah.
What are Lethos and Althyr, or Atlas, up to this evening?
Lethos is probably at his old haunt that he used to work at, flirting with old customers that he used to have. He doesn't have a home currently. He just kind of crashes in people's beds for the night. And so he's looking for that. So he's kind of found an old client of his named Monica, blonde girl, obnoxious as all hell, but he puts up with her just to be able to have nice food, nice drink, place to sleep. And he's just kind of laying it on thick and telling her how beautiful she is and how he loves her hair and how gorgeous her eyes are, even though they're hideous. Her makeup's awful.
And Atlas.
Would there be like, so you know those like puppet shows?
Maybe.
Okay. If there was one of those, that's how Atlas gets his stories. So he likes to watch them, even though they're probably more geared towards kids.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is one of those going on, that's where he's at right now.
I think there were some puppet shows going on earlier, as they are typically geared towards children. They usually wrap up a little bit earlier in the evening.
I feel like he's probably talking to the person that runs it then, and they've been wanting to leave for like an hour already.
Yeah, they've been slowly packing up.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Great, buddy. This isn't the first time he's accosted them either.
Yeah. And as you are, Althyr and Kieran transiting through the city, you see the unmistakable silhouette of a large, pale, winged man standing.
I think Kieran, when Althyr and Kieran were discussing like where we might find them this evening, Kieran goes, "Oh, he told me he was going to the opera, so you know what that means."
Perfect.
Also, I have speaking orbs, so perhaps Lethos has the other one, so we can find out where he is. Yeah, so yeah, we roll up on Atlas at the opera.
A big billboard that has just like hand puppets painted on it. Yeah, they pull up. Kieran is probably driving the carriage. Just because he likes to. Atlas.
Oh, hello, friend.
Hey. Did you enjoy your show?
I did. It was full of political intrigue.
Really?
Yes, they beat each other over the heads.
Althyr's head pokes out the window of the carriage. He goes, "I would love to do that at many of our meetings."
Oh, that doesn't happen often?
It never happens, in fact.
Have I been lied to?
Perhaps it's based on foreign politics.
Ah, yes, of course, of course. What brings you out on this evening?
We have work to do.
Oh. Am I included?
Yes. I'm not going to lift
Oh.
anything heavy.
Oh. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of political intrigue myself.
Well, if you could fit in the carriage, I'd give you some of that right now, but we'll have to settle for getting some work done.
Yeah, this will just look at Kieran. He's like, he's doing it again, isn't he?
Gives him just a very firm nod.
Well, I don't think I can. So maybe later.
Sounds good. And he'll give him a smack on the tip.
There you go again.
Right back to it.
Damn it, I forgot to add a tit counter to the overlay.
Snap back into this roll like a rubber band.
Yeah.
Boing.
Atlas will post up beside the carriage and just follow along.
Yep. And
Lethos,
Yeah.
are you busy hunting this evening?
Yes. Perhaps.
Is the prey of quality, or would you rather have some fun?
Fun.
Tell us where to pick you up.
He'll, whatever the bar's name is at, he'll give that. And he'll just say to poor Monica, Monica, I'm so sorry. I've been called away. They need me. The king needs my assistance. No one else will do. I really have to go. I'm so sorry. And he's like holding her chin and like wooing her and like really trying to make sure he can still get in next time.
The disappointment is palpable on her face. But I suppose if it's for the king, I understand.
I am quite important. You have to understand.
Tomorrow?
We'll see. And he walks off. He just like goes and waits outside the door.
yeah, they're not a nondescript group approaching
Especially
this
with Atlas.
place. Atlas is huge, and you can see Kieran's like bright orange hair.
Yeah, I think Atlas is excitedly displaying like every single thing that happened during the play to poor Kieran.
I think Kieran likes when Atlas gets excited about stuff, so he's definitely listening. It's probably a lot more interesting hearing it from what Atlas took away from it than it would be to watch it.
Undoubtedly. Yeah, you can see them coming even in the dark and the drizzle from a few blocks away.
Yeah, Lethos is just kind of like waiting under the underhang because he doesn't want his hair to get wet and his
Valid.
hairstyle to get ruined. But once they pull up, he's just gonna like look at Atlas, look at the door, look at Atlas, look at the door. Will
Oh,
help?
oh yes, of course. And he'll also stretch out one of his wings as like an umbrella for you.
Perfect, thank you. And he'll like get in the carriage.
Yeah, as soon as Lethos sits down, Althyr hands him a glass of wine.
Oh, this is much more enjoyable for the evening.
Yes. Well, that's what happens when you try to seduce women. Ugh. I don't know how you can stand it.
Well, first of all, it was a job, so I don't really have a choice in that regard, but they have their uses.
Cooking, cleaning.
And some of them will do it for free.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you find these women that cook and clean for free?
Sleep with them right here.
Ugh, 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 no, that's a cost I'm not willing to pay. Well, anyway, and then he'll fill in Lethos as well on the job. And since you pay attention to everything, I thought maybe you could help us out on where to begin?
We could potentially look out for my old haunt, my old group, but the problem is Dante's still kind of hunting me for turning them in.
Dante.
I know. But I may have one or two people I could reach out to, or I could try going to a different city and dealing with a branch there.
Is there any way to disguise yourself so that you don't have to deal with Dante?
You want to hide this?
Well, I don't, but you know, if he's going to be a problem, I don't really want to waste time going to another city.
I mean, I guess I could put a cloak on. But no, I don't have any magic to do that.
Well, perhaps you could just stay out of sight then, and we'll deal with him.
That I can do.
All right. Well, where do we find one of these informants?
DM, where would I go to find one of my informants?
Well,
I'm thinking maybe... Oh, sorry, go.
from here, the closest place you would be familiar with would be a little sort of corner store bodega type place in an area known as the Western Wedge, which is where the wall of West Town meets the wall of the old center. Forms a thin V-shaped part of the city with not a whole lot of ways in and out, and only people who are really going there go there. This named Pels after the proprietor, Pel, who is a rather small amphibian-like humanoid.
And this is just a front, sorry, or is it like an entryway into the night market?
This would be sort of an intermediary that they would use sometimes. There's a large, ostensibly storeroom underground that doesn't get used a whole lot, and also does butt up right next to the exterior wall, which makes it a little bit easier to get things in and out surreptitiously.
Perfect. I will tell that to at least Althyr, who's in the carriage with me, and then eventually we'll fill the other boys in.
Yeah, Althyr is just going to stick his head out the window again and say, Kieran, Western Wedge, please.
All right. We're gonna probably stick out there a little bit.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Okay, then. Start heading that way.
At least if they're looking at you, they're not looking at us as we sneak around. Some of us. Not Atlas. He's too big.
Do we really want to go to the Western Wedge? I've heard there's ne'er-do-wells.
Yes.
Yes, that's where we get information.
Oh,
What do you have against ne'er-do-wells?
You've done well at least once.
they never do well? Wait, are you considered a ne'er-do-well?
No.
Oh,
Look
yes.
at me. Do you think I am?
I
I
mean, a
don't
little
think
bit.
so.
I would never
Oh.
do anything wrong. Do you think I would do wrong, Atlas?
No.
Oh, thank God. I thought you thought I was an awful person.
Oh, no, I would never lose.
So anyways, when we get in there, he's going to start saying all these, like, not good things.
Well, yes, I think maybe you should remain out of sight. Maybe poke around, see if there's anything more you can find for us. I'll keep him distracted with my dashing good looks and with thrilling conversation. and see if there's information we can purchase. And
Perfect,
you
maybe
two,
drop
if anyone makes a move at all, cut them in half.
I can beat them. I don't have a sword.
Just chop really hard.
Do some cool move and throw
Yeah.
Kieran. Kieran has a
Oh,
sword.
true. Yeah, yeah. We'll do like a blender.
You can wield me.
Hold them at the shins.
Lethos, I think, is gonna say drop him off like a block away, maybe, just to make sure that like he's not getting out anywhere close to you guys. So he'll just like hit the top of the carriage when he wants to stop. He'll pull out, and you guys can move on in.
I know you're very good at this, but would magical assistance help you out here?
I should be fine.
Okay.
I can cloak myself pretty well.
I'll leave you to it then.
Plus my armor helps.
Less blood loss for me.
Yep. So yeah, Lethos will let them kind of go half a block ahead. He can still see them, and then he'll start just walking ahead. If he sees like any vendors or any like people that have their laundry out or something like that, and they're stupid enough to leave it out in the rain, he's just gonna like take something and put it on.
Yeah, I'd say there is a vendor of running what looks like a secondhand clothing stall that has a few things strung up under an awning still. You're able
Yeah,
to snake something from.
make it
Pretty easy for you.
perfect.
As you let the carriage go ahead down one of the less well-lit streets in the area, you can actually smell Pels before you get there. Ostensibly like a little corner store. Most people stop by this place on either the way to work or the way from the bar back home to pick up a little something to eat, maybe a little quickly made cheese and egg sandwich on a little roll, or quick burger or something like that, something greasy and hot and full of carbs. And you can smell that cooking as you're walking up. Yes, Shanks.
I just said like Atlas.
Yes. Greasy, hot, and full of carbs.
Kieran's gonna be watching out for anyone who looks shifty or shifty in their direction. I feel like there's probably a lot of shifty people here, so mostly just anyone who looks like they're taking note of them.
And there's a lot of people. Practically everybody you pass is taking note of you. A carriage this nice doesn't come down here very often.
Do they seem like they're giving us a sort of wide berth, or especially because I think before they entered this area, Kieran would ask Althyr if he wanted him to put away his like Kingsguard insignia.
Yes, the insignia is probably a good idea to hide.
Yeah, I guess. Does it look like we're being noted as some sort of mark, or are people giving this weird presence of wide berth?
For the most part, people are giving you a little bit of a wide berth. This kind of wealth coming down here could, of course, be a mark, but could also be a source of problems if you got in their way. Just like, the guy walking through the back part of town with all of his wealth on display very confidently, putting people off a little bit. It's very unusual. As you arrive out front of Pels, it's a little bit dingy. The banner outside definitely is in need of a clean. You can see where people have been, anybody who may be smoking tobacco or anything like that, putting it out on the street right in front of the door before they walk in. There's a pile of cigarette butts out there. And there is, you do see as you pull up, Kieran, because you were driving, I think you would see this first. There's sort of a pair of light pink eyes regarding you from out of the darkness, just above the doorway, as though there's something coiled up there looking.
Well, I think they know we're here. And I think he has like the like I'm picturing like a little slider situation. So I think he's had that open so that he can talk to both Atlas and Althyr at the same time.
All right. Well, shall we?
Yeah. He'll let Althyr out. Give him a hand.
He comes in very daintily, putting his hand in Kieran's, stepping down. As it's just an establishment we can go into.
There's a little bit of alcove with an awning over it that to provide some shelter from rain and wind. But yeah, it's just a business.
Okay. Then he'll make a show being like, Atlas, the door, and make sure that it remains open for a while so that the hidden Lethos can maybe slip through if he needs to.
As you approach the door, the pink eyes resting above it move, and hopping down, there is a vibrantly colored cat-like creature with small wings, striped in almost a calico pattern, but with whites and pinks and purples instead of oranges and blacks. Almost looks like a tiny little sphinx lands down in front of you and kind of makes a big show of itself, even though it's only about this big.
It's so cute.
Atlas is probably going to try to reach down and pet it.
If Pell you wish to see, you must answer me these questions 3.
Oh God.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, don't worry. I'm very, very good at these.
And you can't just let us in for, say, a gold coin?
A gold coin does not knowledge possess.
Fine.
Oh, seems a little bit surprised that someone didn't just like push it out of the way. It's just, this creature, part man and part tree, hates the termite as much as the flea. His tracks do not match, his limbs may detach, yet he is not a strange creature to see.
I'm looking at Atlas.
Can I have the word of origin?
Atlas, if you wouldn't mind making an instinct test for me.
Okay. An 8 with hope.
An 8 with hope. You notice stuck to the door a piece of paper that says, "This week's answers. The Sphinx can't read common. Please don't tell him this is here."
See, the problem is Atlas can't read.
Oh, that's right. You can't read. That's what it would say if you could read.
He just looks at it and is like, huh. A twiggy tree man.
Is it a scarecrow?
Oh.
Not a scarecrow.
Is it a twiggy tree man?
It's close. Kind of, but also wrong.
What?
While they're doing this, And Lethos just try and sneak through.
Yeah, sure.
And he's just going to
Absolutely.
like tap where the answers are lightly to draw attention and keep walking. He
Would
knows how this
Kieran-
works.
Would Kieran notice that at all?
Oh, absolutely, especially with you pointing it out, Lethos. There are 3 answers written. One of them is a river, one of them is a tent, and one of them is a man with a wooden leg.
Oh, I see why.
I was so
close.
Street man.
Fucking cat.
I think seeing that like Lethos is at least getting some sort of advantage here by us being distracted by the Sphinx, I think Kieran will play along like he's having to think about it for a bit before he says, a man with a wooden leg.
Very good. Very good.
That was a good one. Tough. You come up with these yourself?
Puffs its chest out a little bit. Of course I did. I am the wise and all-knowing Itasia. Riddles are child's play for me.
Oh, Atlas. This is kind of your specialty, isn't it?
Yes. I'm glad you were able to draw a man with peg leg from my twiggy tree man. Sometimes the words are just very hard to get out.
I could tell that you were conceptually in the right area.
Yes, of course. So what you said there was another 2 questions?
Yes.
Oh dear. Okay.
For perfect pitch, I need no sound. My canopy is at home in the forest and close to the ground. I have no story, yet take up a plot. I often have guys and get pegged a lot. What am I?
Is that you? I said it out there.
I think Atlas is also going to look it out there.
I mean, it's definitely not me. I don't even know this cat.
And it must be a tent.
Wise you are, and quick as well. 2 for 2.
What? Just out of curiosity, what happens if we get them wrong? We just don't get to pass, or is there some sort of?
You shall
Dire
not be
punishment.
allowed to pass.
All right.
Thunderous roar and a rapid pace, always running, yet stuck in place. Endless mouth that cannot scream, laid in bed but cannot dream. What am I?
A lion. They roar really loudly.
It's a river, obviously. Can you move now?
Wise you are as well. Very good. Go on in.
Yes.
Steps to the side, hops up onto the letterbox and curls up there.
Well, that was a waste of time. Opens the door and heads in.
Nice meeting you.
Always pleasure to meet someone so wise.
Can I pet you now?
Please.
He'll follow in afterwards.
Now you see behind the counter, bit of hot flat top on one side and some more valuable liquors and smokables behind the bar as well. A short, feminine-ish figure. There's not a lot of gender differentiation amongst the frog folk, but says, welcome in. Thank you for humoring the cat. Really makes him very happy. What can I do for you this evening? Something to eat? Something to drink?
Well, you could pour me some of that scotch there, and perhaps you could help me with a little bit of conversation.
What kind of conversation?
Well, my sources tell me that there might have been a noble person in this part of town recently, perhaps looking for workers or people who might help incite conflict.
Their demeanor visibly changes. Well, I might know something about that. What's it worth to you?
Oh, you mean you wouldn't give it away for a pretty face like mine?
You're not entirely my type, friend.
Oh, that's fair, but I suppose I could part with a few coins.
A few would help jog my memory.
He will reach into his coin purse and provide a handful of gold coins.
And Kieran's gonna put his hand over Althyr's, and he goes, information first, of course.
Well, I don't think my memory works that way. I'm trying to run a business here.
Oh, well, you know, someone with my wealth, obviously, I'm not going to have trouble parting with it, and, well, if I don't get what I want, then perhaps I'll start investigating how things keep getting through the city walls so easily.
What is that going to be? That is going to be some kind of test for that. What do you think you should roll?
I mean, presence
Presence?
seems the most sense, and I think I'll spend a hope to add my disarming smile to that. Oh, that's a crit success.
Nice. All right. Don't need to be poking around any more than everybody else already has.
Lethos is probably in the back trying to poke her in.
Look, there's been a lot of people poking around here recently, and not just the kind that I'm used to. Okay, sure, all those people working for Dante. Somebody by name of Echo's been in here a lot recently. I don't really know what they've been doing. They've been meeting with people in the... I've got a event space that you can book for whatever you need. I think... I don't want to know who it was, but someone was in disguise in here, and I think it was maybe not the best disguise, maybe not their sort of expertise here, but I swear the person when their disguise slipped, they looked orcish, maybe half orcish, something else. Didn't look like anybody that I'd seen in this part of town before. Had sort of the air of the nicer districts about them, so much as yourself.
Interesting. And they came in from the city side, I take it, not the other side.
I don't know anything about any other side.
Of course you don't. Well, that's very helpful. Did you catch a name by chance?
Oh, I didn't catch a name of that person, but if I have something else that might be interested to you, but I think it's worth a little bit more than one handful of coins.
He's going to slide the first handful across. He says, I've honored my side. You know I'm good for it. How about you share, and then we can discuss what it's worth.
Hold on a second. And Pell hops down off of what now you can see is like a little bench that's built behind the counter to give them enough height to be at the same height as most of their clientele. Walks around, draws a curtain on the windows, locks the front door, and like, okay. Goes back around the counter. I can get in real trouble for this.
I understand completely. Discretion is one of my greater qualities.
Then we have something in common. Somebody who might be of interest to you left this little book in the event space, and, well, as terms of the rental agreement clearly dictate, any property left after the end of the event becomes property of Pels Incorporated to be disposed of, handled, or resold as seen fit by the proprietor.
You're right. That book is worth another handful of gold to me, and he'll place another handful on the counter.
Pleasure doing business with you.
You as well, pal. Glad you can play along with me. No, I don't have to bring the hammer down on you.
We're all about avoiding hammers.
Agreed.
Just trying to make a tidy profit, not trying to cause any trouble.
Well, I'll let you know if I need future business from you.
But, oh, since you've been such a straightforward customer, I appreciate your candor. If you wanted to inspect the event space for your next booking, that could be arranged.
That's not a bad idea. Why don't we take a look?
I was gonna say, during your whole conversation, could Lethos be doing stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So while they were like trying to talk to Pel, and especially when Pel went to go close the blinds, Lethos would have snuck away to that event space to start investigating that, especially hearing that the book came from there. He's like, there's got to be other secret spots in there to hide stuff. So I don't know if it's like an accessible door or what I have to do that.
So there's a door into a back stock room, and then underneath a crate that is always kept empty, there is a trap door and a ladder leading down.
Okay. So could I have done that? I have observant and quick hands and all those kinds of things.
Oh, absolutely. I think you've probably been here at least once with Dante.
Okay.
In another life.
So yeah, he'll just be, I guess, when they're taken down, he'll just be waiting there for them. But like, if there's anywhere in the event space, he's just gonna like hide and cloak himself. So my feature is, if I don't move, I'm invisible essentially to anyone that would normally see me.
Yeah. One of the things that I think you specifically know that a lot of people need to pay extra for is there is a secret hidden chamber off of this secret hidden chamber that can be used to observe the goings on inside.
That's where I am.
The event space. Yeah. And as you hear the people coming downstairs, it's easy enough to make your way into there and hide as your companions and the proprietor head down. Now, please feel free to inspect the space to your heart's content. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you need any space. I don't want to crowd you while you're making decisions on where to hold your next event.
Thank you. I'll take a look around and I'll let you know on the way out.
Great.
So is there anything magically significant about this room? Like, is there like wards or anything in place?
I think that would require a check to determine.
Let's do that.
And let's call that. Could be knowledge, could be instinct.
I'll go with knowledge.
Knowledge?
Yeah. And I'll spend one favor to add my patron sphere of influence of magic to it. Okay, that is a 16 with fear.
16 with fear. take a token.
Oh, wait, sorry, no, it's 18. Sorry, forgot to
18.
add my knowledge.
Even better. Yeah, there are some fairly fairly standard low-level wards you might expect around this area to prevent remote seeing, things like that. Nothing to prevent auditory or visual observation from someone who's nearby. But yeah, it's definitely warded against scrying.
So Althyr's eyes split into those compound eyes, and he kind of like hovers around the room as he looks at all the walls and everything, and he goes, well, there's at least wards against scrying, that sort of thing.
And you do also, I'll say with an 18 on that, there is a little bit of magic concealing a secondary exit, it appears, another way in and out of this room along the back wall.
Ooh, I'm gonna try to open that.
Well, Althyr's doing that. I think once they've been left alone, Kieran is gonna look to Lethos. Do you know anyone who goes by Echo?
Lethos is in the other secret room right now.
Yeah.
So you don't know he's there. He's spying on you guys, hoping you'll talk about him so he can know all the hot gossip.
Oh, fair enough. Didn't make himself known once people left alone.
Yeah, like once you guys are there and once Pell leaves and he knows that we're secure, you'll actually see Methos walk out of the room because he had to move that crate and he doesn't move anything. He summoned Methos to move the crate for him. And so he'll come out and then Lethos will come out.
Yeah, that door that you were going to investigate opens of its own accord, and your companion and their duplicate emerge.
Took you long enough.
It barely took me time at all. What are you talking about?
Find anything
back there?
Oh, just another room that we used to spy in on the people that are having the secret meetings. It's a more secret meeting area.
Interesting.
So
Pell's probably double dipping, letting people have secret meetings and letting others pay extra to sit in on them. Interesting business strategy. Probably get her killed eventually.
Sorry, Kieran wanted to say something?
Yeah, well, they mentioned someone named that goes by Echo. I imagine it's like some sort of code name and not their actual name.
What about Echo?
They were here with some orcish or half orc looking person, and they've been coming around here a lot lately.
Makes sense. She's a recruiter, information broker. So she's either looking to recruit him, or she's looking to get some information out there. Could be working both sides.
So Echo.
I take it if they're professional, they're not likely to be giving us the name of their client, if they even know it.
Probably not, but she keeps a list. It's her job to know all the informants everywhere.
Well, let's go acquire a list then.
Do I know where Echo kind of hangs out? Or is she one of those elusive, floats around?
I think there would be a couple of places where you might be able to find Echo, but you also might be able to find some of your other friends there as well.
Love my other friends.
What about when people are looking to hire Echo? Say someone who also might have a stake in this war being over. And he just kind of looks over at Althyr.
Yeah, actually, I should.
A gibbering mouther appears.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, would I be able to like make a roll to determine who I might think might be so inclined as to hire Echo to stir up trouble?
Among what sort of?
I'm
Among anybody,
typically
or-
thinking around like the nobility that are actually well informed and
Well,
actually have wealth and
Kieran-
influence.
Kieran was actually getting at Althyr posing as someone who wants to hire Echo to bring them up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, honestly, no one would be surprised if Althyr did.
I was gonna say of the sort of noble lot, it would probably be you.
Yep. I mean, she does arrange blackmail operations and all that kind of stuff against nobles and merchants, all sorts of political officials. That's kind of her thing, so it'd be pretty easy to do for you.
So yeah, if there was if some of the other places that we might find her is problematic, maybe bringing her to us would be an option.
Well, we'll put the word out, see what we can do.
Anything we know a great event space.
Yes, perhaps the three of you could remain hidden during a meeting so that she feels less intimidated. Or he? Is it a she? I can't remember now.
It's a she.
Okay.
So as my syndicate, I have a well-connected feature, which means in a prominent town or environment, I know someone who I can call on, and I just pick one of the like 6 things. So one of them is like, they owe me a favor, but they're hard to find. Can I make that Echo?
Sure, absolutely.
So she just does it for us, but she's harder
Absolutely.
to find.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What is the nature of the favor you did for Echo?
I think what happened was she was trying to do a recruitment hustle and try and get a bunch of pickpockets at the time, but they were from, she didn't realize it, that they were for a different syndicate and they were going to rob her blind, and Lethos kind of put it together a little faster than she did and was able to get her out of there before they stole her list and sold it to the other guild, which would then ruin them.
Yeah, quite the hefty favor indeed. Yeah, you could definitely call in a meeting with Echo without it being immediately reported back to Dante.
Okay.
For that sort of service.
Okay. That's an option too, if you want, but the safer one is probably Althyr.
All right. Well, like I said, let's get the word out. Although, actually, while we're in this warded space, let's flip through that book.
Good call.
Yeah. So you flip through that book, and it looks like somebody's notepad that they left behind somewhat absent-mindedly. The notes by themselves are rather cryptic, sort of written in a shorthand, no specific names, but a couple of things do stick out to you. One, the quality of the paper is extremely luxurious. Somebody with some money left this behind. The handwriting in it is also very elegant, speaking to them probably being educated as well. And there is what perhaps appears to be a monogram in the interior cover that says CV. And from what
is that ZV or CV?
Zebra V. Zebra V, sorry. And from what you're able to piece together from the sort of the plain meaning of the notes is somebody was here looking for information about some things that had gone missing from the palace.
See. All right. Well, perhaps we'll have to do some work at decoding that later.
Can look at it while we travel around. Leave it with me.
I'll leave it with Lethos. And yeah, well then let's head back to the carriage, and we will let Pell know that we might be scheduling a meeting in the near future.
Fantastic. I'm glad the space is to your liking.
Yes, so is the secret hidden space behind it.
I'm sure I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You don't.
It's
And with
like
three, they live with
caught
five.
fucking red-handed all over her face, despite what she says. There are a number of add-ons, services, packages that we offer when you get closer to your event. Just let us know if you need to hire any entertainment or notable guests. We can bring people in.
I appreciate that. I'll let you know. You're not expecting Echo here anytime in the near future, are you?
Well, it's been a little while since they came in. Wouldn't be unusual for another meeting to take place. But nothing scheduled as of yet.
Fair enough.
I'm sure if you wanted to read my ledger, we could come to some sort of agreement.
I'll let you know. We're chasing down another lead for now.
Very good. Well, when you need discretion, think Pels.
You absolutely won't.
No.
Yeah. So how do we find your friend Echo then?
Start with the regular haunts, I guess, and work our way around.
Let's say you could do that. That would certainly work. You would also, I think, remember various dead drop locations that y'all had used to pass information anonymously.
Okay.
And you could potentially also leave word at one of those. A little bit more.
Could I also have potentially had Methos try and steal the ledger?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'll try that. Actually, Methos is going to be with the group because he's bad at this. He's going to stay there and try and be like, okay, why is there, they went down 3, now there's 4 of them. That's really weird. He can't talk, so he's just like miming stuff while I try and steal it.
Yeah, so I think either agility or finesse.
Okay, let's do finesse. And can I use my quick hands as well?
Absolutely.
Perfect. And just trying to make sure there's nothing else I have that I can add for roguey stuff. No, we're good. So that is a 20, but with fear. But I'm going to spend 2 stress, and I'm going to turn that into a hope.
Okay.
So it's a 20 with hope.
As Pell is offering to sell you access to her ledger, you can't help but smirk as it's already in your pocket.
Perfect. So then as we leave, I'll just be like, sorry, Sticky Fingers used to getting this stuff for free.
Oh no, what a shame. Terrible.
Does the ledger have any other information we're looking for? Also, I'd like to look in the ledger for a name named Ledger as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of aliases here, and you can see that Echo comes here a couple of times a month to meet with varying different people. Though there are a couple of names that repeat. One of them is just listed as Vecco, V-E-C-O. That is the individual who they most recently met with, and it looks like going back a couple of months have met with 5 times. And say, yes, the word ledger is written in the ledger a few times, somewhat confusingly, as the individual who rented out the event space.
Oh, okay, so it's all under his name. Is Dante's name in the list anywhere, and how recently?
Dante's name is nowhere to be found in here.
Perfect. I don't want to run into him. So Lethos will tell the whole group that the fact that we kind of pieced together that stuff was being stolen from the palace, he's going to let them know that Ledger, whose name is in the ledger, he's a trade coordinator, so he's in charge of like smuggling trade routes and keeping inventory of stolen items and getting them onto the black market and getting them to different locations and everything like that. So it's interesting that he is the one hiring this out constantly to be used. You may know where these items have gone.
On the way out, Atlas would like to speak to Itasia.
Yes, the nearly wise one.
That's better than usual. I have a riddle for you.
Just like absolute, like cat going into hunter mode. Big pupils, tail up. Yes, what is the riddle?
I'm better at making them than I'm at solving. I speak when spoken to, yet never start a word. I fade the farther I travel, but return what I have heard. What am I?
It's an echo.
Good job. Well played. Question for you. Recently, has there been anybody that has visited here that is just not giving very nice person vibes?
There are a lot of people who visit who aren't very nice. They don't want to answer my riddles. Push me to the side.
Oh. Did any do so worse than the others?
Worse than others. There was one man in some very fancy trousers who I left with a claw mark in his leg.
And what species was he?
Ignorant.
Perfect.
I like you.
I'll keep an eye out for this one.
Scratch him again for me.
I will. And he holds up his gauntlets.
Tasia is pleased.
For someone who's been scratched by the Sphinx, I guess.
So we'll just have to take everyone's pants off.
Yeah. This is just gonna be like,
It's a damn shame.
Like, all right, everybody, show ankle.
yep, lift up your legs. I mean, hands.
Don't go right. Lift your legs.
Oh, yeah, legs works.
Lethos.
Mm-hmm.
Say people are looking to smuggle things out of this city. Do you think that they try to go with all the things that are already leaving the city, or do they have another way out?
They have the legal ways, and then there's the underground ways. There's both. Got to cover everything. Something out of the palace, I guess it depends how notable, recognizable it is. A couple goblets doesn't really matter, but if you're stealing things with insignia, then you're gonna know.
Or anyone with a recognizable face, you have to cover that up and walk them out.
Yeah.
Oh no, did your portrait get stolen?
No.
Oh, good. I will say it's interesting, I think, that Kieran and yeah, definitely you. It's interesting that you haven't heard any reports of things being stolen out of the palace. That would normally be the sort of thing that you are aware of, especially with your new detail.
Are we aware of anyone who works at the palace that has the initials ZV and fits the description that we were given, or part of the description?
There are a number of people you can think of who have Orcish ancestry, who have, those names tend to be a little bit guttural. Z's are very popular, but nobody that you are aware of who has specifically the initial ZV. You can think of one half orc whose name starts with Z, who works in the palace, but again, last name starts with a G. And that would be Zoom Gokas, the economic advisor to the king.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's try to find Echo, and I think perhaps I can use my shadow network to figure out where Echo might be right now.
I'll tell you some of the drop zones.
Cool. Yeah. With being able to hit up some of your contacts in the shadow network and what you know about some of the dead drop locations, you're able to narrow it down to a couple of places where Echo is likely to be checking in tonight. Like there's one in Echo mostly operates out of West Town, so there's a couple of locations on this side of the city that you would be able to check out to see if they are there. And just after, I'd say, about checking in at 3 different places, the 4th one you check in on asking, surreptitiously at the bar for, there's some code words that you can give to indicate that you're with the syndicate. And
I'm looking for my Aunt Lucy and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
And just so happens that the 4th place you check in, your Aunt Lucy is here, renting a room for the evening. And since you still know how, this sort of thieves' cant works, you are able to get the room number. It's upstairs, waiting for business to happen.
Shall we go meet my Aunt Lucy?
Well, I was really hoping we could find Echo, but
Do you want all of us to be there if some of us are going to be private entertainment later?
You can.
That's literally the way she
stay
phrased
outside?
it.
Yeah. Maybe stay outside close enough that if anything goes down. I don't think it will. I think we'll be fine. She owes me a favor.
This was
I
like an
can-
inn or an inn/tavern?
It's more of a tavern with a couple of rooms upstairs.
Yeah, sure. Outside. Goes to the bar.
Yep. That's what
I can fly up to one of the rooftops nearby.
You could. You'll be far. I don't know
Hmm.
how much use you'll be, but
True. All right, I was trying to be dashing. I'll stay in here. I'll go with Kieran.
Why don't you give us one of the orbs?
that's. He'll give his.
all right, let's go.
Fix
Alright.
it in Atlas's.
True.
Yep.
Just
So let me make
buff 'em up a
sure.
little.
Let me make sure I got this right. Lethos and Althyr are going upstairs, and Kieran and
Yes.
Atlas are staying at the bar.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
So when we get up there, I assume we have like a secret knock that we use so that people know like it's okay to
Yeah.
like open the door to us. Like so Lethos will use that knock if he can.
You do that, and there's a little bit of a pause, and you hear enter.
He's gonna wait a second and he's gonna listen in the door to hear if he can hear if anyone else is in there as well as her.
Yeah. Make a instinct test.
13 with fear.
13 with fear. It doesn't sound like anybody else is in there, but you can hear the distinct faint of a crossbow being loaded.
I think Lethos at that point would be like, I'd put that down, darling.
You hear, got a lot of balls showing up here. Get inside before someone sees you.
He'll like open the door and shove Althyr in first, just in case she did not take off the crossbow. And then he's gonna let himself in and be like, "Oh, you bloody cunt! You're so beautiful to see." And he's just gonna like walk up, give her a kiss on the cheek.
Now,
I'm sorry,
give
what
me.
the absolute fuck was that?
Yes,
What
and
was
who
what?
the absolute fuck is this?
He's my friend. He's my boyfriend. It's okay. We don't worry about him.
We have new knocks now. You're lucky.
So tell them.
No. In fact, give me a good reason why I shouldn't tell Dante that you showed up here.
Remember that pickpocket incident?
Uncocks the crossbow. Fine. But we're square now.
You're square now.
What pickpocket incident? Did you accidentally touch your penis?
That's not an accident.
No, it wasn't. Well, it is nice to see you. What do you want?
I want to know what's going on with this. And then he's going to put like the ledger down. You forget
Fucking
something?
Toad.
Who?
It was a little bit of a slur directed towards Pell.
Oh, Pell?
from what you gathered. She said that fucking Toad. Lots of things are going on. Business is good. You've got to be more specific. I'm not going to answer everything just because you showed up here and reminded me that you saved my skin once.
But I have such a pretty face. Can I get two things?
Oh, what's that?
She's so shocked.
Well, if you tell us just about one client, we'll make out in front of you.
What do you want? Who? What? It's not really sweetening the deal any.
Are you sure? You can see us, right?
Yes, I can. You're both very attractive, but the longer that you are here, the more trouble I could get in.
Why's that?
Well, imagine if somebody saw you enter this room and then it turns out that I didn't. There's quite a lot of money being offered for your location.
How much am I worth?
1 chest of gold for anything directly leading to you. 2 if you're brought in directly.
I have a new plan.
No, we are not taking Lethos' death.
I like this.
We're going to
plan.
take the Methos in.
Yeah.
Isn't he green?
I don't
Magic.
know.
Yes, I think we decided he was the inverse of
Yeah.
He's a mint tiefling with purple hair.
No wonder you couldn't find him. He dyed his skin and his hair.
He's a new trick I learned. All right, really what we just want to know is, do you have any information on people that may or may not be trying to stop this peace treaty?
That is a little bit of a hot topic, isn't it? There's a lot of people with a lot of interests in peace. Peace for us, the Syndicate, is good for business. At least it would be. I don't know anything directly about anyone who's trying to stop peace, but one thing that has been a bit interesting is we've been approached with a tidy sum of money to recruit people inside the palace who might be willing to lift things and get them back to us to be delivered to an interesting, or a rather interested party.
And the name of this party?
Why would I know something like that?
If you were any good at your job, you would want to know everything.
We've also been paid a tidy sum to not pay too much attention to their name. They've only met in disguise, although I can tell they are half orc, and if the smell is anything to go on, there's some Infernus in their ancestry as well.
Interesting.
Somebody within the palace, most likely, based on what I can tell. Which I don't know why they... Well, I can speculate as to why they don't just lift it themselves. Lack of direct involvement going through an intermediary. Somebody's very concerned about secrecy of their involvement. And I think when you hear Infernus ancestry, Althyr, that triggers something up with you. A half-orc with Infernus ancestry. That Zoom is a half-orc with Infernus ancestry as well.
Well, I think we're going to have to pay them a visit and ask some questions.
Anything else you want to give me for free?
Why, yes, there is. They stand up from the desk and come up to you, and just a hand strikes you across the side of the face.
I feel like a beautiful face. How long have you been waiting to
Gorgeous.
do that?
How long has it been since you turned in a bunch of your friends?
I think it was recent. I like just before the last session, like campaign session sort of thing.
About 6
So, like,
months.
yeah. All right, that's fair. But now you're owed something. We were square before. Now we're not.
If I see you in here again, I am going to make good on that gold.
Is that a promise? Can I call on you for that just in case?
If you want to be turned in, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Perfect.
I will do it with pleasure. And if you want to come along with me, that's even better. I'll double my money.
No, you see, if I help you, you're giving me the money.
If
Okay,
I help,
I think something's been missed here. Clearly, that money's going to me because I'm going to turn you in.
I respect him.
I'm hurt.
Good. You just got slapped. It was
I'm not hurt
supposed to
by-
hurt.
I like that.
Now, is there anything else you're going to darken my room with?
He'll look at Althyr like, is there anything else you want to know?
You, I can do business with.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, you've told me everything that I think you know about what I need to know.
Fantastic.
So, unless you want us to make out, I guess we are done here.
What you do is entirely up to you, but don't do it in here.
Suppose we could make out downstairs. Have a good evening, Lucy.
And as Lethos is leaving the room, he just says to like Althyr, wow, my aunt's really seen some days. She's looking rough. just so that she can hear.
You hear the sound of a crossbow bolt embedding itself in the door behind you as you close it. Twang, dunk.
Always delight that one.
Yes, real charmer.
Bad taste though. Doesn't even want to watch us make out. Damn.
Obviously, there's something gone wrong in her brain.
We'll head down and join the other boys.
Okay, what have you two been up to?
Drinking.
I think just like catching up for a little bit, because I think Atlas just kind of tends to wander around until somebody calls for him.
We just scoop them up off the street once in a while.
Yeah, basically.
Get in, loser. We're going fucking.
Very well.
All right.
If that is the order of the day.
I think when they're on their way over, Kieran's in the middle of asking Atlas, so have you told any other little kids that they might grow wings if they eat their vegetables lately?
No, I'm very careful with that sort of thing now. I don't want to lie to children. I'll become one of those ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah, you mean like Lethos? Oh, speaking of, look us over at Lethos.
You
Lethos,
think
your
I'm a
face.
ne'er-do-well?
You have a
Yeah.
handprint on your face.
No, I don't.
Oh.
You
Oh, I
do
thought
see
you had
one,
some
despite
fun.
what Lethos says.
His aunt slapped him for being a bitch.
Oh. Last time I saw you
Those-
with a handprint on your face was about 6 months ago.
These boys. It's not a handprint. It's fine. I'm
Okay.
just blushing
I don't think I've never known you to blush.
because I don't.
That's even more embarrassing.
Atlas's brain is just like, what? Well, how was your aunt? Is she doing well?
As fine as she can be in her old age.
Hmm.
She was kind of bitchy too, and she has terrible aim with a crossbow.
Oh. That tracks for somebody who knows Lethos.
I don't know if I
Which
should be
part?
offended.
Maybe you know those.
And none of us are
Well,
already
is it-
Related.
Are you saying
Related.
Kieran's bad with a crossbow?
No. I meant related, not knows. Sorry.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really use a crossbow, so I might be bad.
I guess Lethos will try and tell them like quietly and subtly in a way that like it's gonna go over Atlas's head. He knows it, but like there's no way around it. But at least Kieran kind of knows double talk and stuff, so he'll explain what she's told them to the best of his ability.
Atlas, if you would like, just for fun, you may make a intellect reaction roll, so this won't generate hope or fear, but
Okay, would this be knowledge?
knowledge, yes.
Oh,
That is
great.
I think Kieran also only picks up like half of it and then just is thinking about suggesting just going back to Althyr's place to talk about it because he's like, he's nodding. Because Kieran is also not smart.
For some reason, I thought he was smart.
I rolled a 4.
Althyr's the smart one in the group.
Well, that I knew.
He has good instinct, not
That's what it
good
is.
knowledge. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can go back. We're gonna have a meeting, or are we gonna have a meeting?
First one, then the other.
Well, let me finish this drink, and then we'll go back and we'll have a meeting, and then we'll go talk to someone, and then
Yes.
we'll have the meeting.
The meeting.
What time of day is it at the moment? Like,
It is late in the evening now. We're around 11 o'clock.
you think they'll still be taking visitors at this time?
Perhaps they don't have a choice.
Fair.
They're hiring someone to lift things from the palace, then I don't see any reason to play nice. Besides, I know where their balcony is.
I can get us to the balcony.
So can he.
Oh,
Well,
well, I can
me
get
to a
the rest of you to the balcony.
If you're expecting me to lift you, you have come to the wrong person.
I'm sure there's been a point of, well, what if I hold on to you? Nope, that's not gonna work.
I mean, if nothing else, just look at my wings. They're not meant for heavy lifting. I can buzz. You'll get a nice breeze.
I can buzz.
Breeze.
All right.
Right.
Well, Kieran knocks back the rest of that drink, slaps some coin down on the counter, and heads out.
Well, actually, Althyr is sipping his drink and sitting in Kieran's lap, so you are...
He's going to chug it down, put an extra coin down for the glass, and just lift Althyr up and bring him up to the carriage.
It's like, hey, no, I'm not done yet.
Get it
Not
to go
really
glass.
resisting much at all. Just sipping it.
All right. And as you all are carted back to, or we're going to Althyr's residence, is that the
Yes.
destination? I think that's a good time to take our break.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds good to me.
So get your snacks, get your drinks, stick around. We'll be back here with more of this in a few minutes. And welcome back. I hope everybody's hydrated. I know I am. As
Too much information, David.
What? I have a big water.
He's wet.
And you know what? I'm not going to say that. Anyway.
Of all the games, this is probably the best one to say it in.
Yeah, even so.
Is your uvula properly lubricated?
That isn't what I was going to say, but it's sort of in the same vein. Yeah. So we rejoin our crew as they traverse through the city of Loth'nen back to Althyr's residence in the palace. Is there anything that we can share on stream that's happening in the carriage on the way there?
Just a little foot action.
Okay. That's fine. I think that's PG-13. That should be okay.
But yeah, no, they just they will. Lethos and Althyr are the ones that already know everything, so they got to wait till they get there to actually share the information.
Yeah.
But yeah, with some with some wine, which he makes Kieran get for everyone. Althyr sits at the piano and plays a little melody while Lethos explains things to everyone.
Yep, but in a way that they can understand now. Do you understand that, Liz?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Good. I thought we might have to put it in puppet form.
I was just gonna say,
If you would.
good man, and he'll pat his tit.
David, do we know if like Althyr's quarters does what was it, Zoom or Zoom?
ZUUM.
ZUUM. Does he also have his own quarters? Like, how high ranking is he if he's an advisor as well?
He's sort of on par with Althyr in terms of station.
Okay.
Any distinction in rank would be informal. Formally, you're like equivalent.
But Althyr definitely treats all the other advisors like they're below him.
Yeah,
Yes, queen. All right, so we're gonna go pay him a visit then. I could also check in at the watch office and see if there's anybody who's been posted around his quarters who might have seen something.
It's not a bad idea. And I'm thinking perhaps, Kieran, you can signal us when you're at his door and we'll go in through the balcony. Just in case he tries to bolt.
Sounds good. All right, well, let's see if we can make this a one-stop trip then. Listen to Althyr's music for a little bit longer until we're all ready to go and accost this man.
Althyr makes no effort to move until the actual stroke of midnight. And then immediately gets up. Okay, let's do this.
Right, yeah. It is a relatively short jaunt across the palace grounds to where you know Zoom to reside. It is quite late. The lights are out. There doesn't appear to be much activity going on at the moment.
That's fair. Kieran is just going to walk up to the main door, and as he's walking that way, and there's and it's a reasonably safe distance, I'd say like maybe 15 feet or so. I think he'll let the others know that he's approaching the door. And he'll give a knock. Unless there's guards posted out there, then he'll tell them that he's here to see Zoom, and it's quite urgent.
There is no guard posted outside, but a member of what looks to be household staff opens the door in what appears to be sleepwear, holding a candle. I know he's not expecting you.
Yes, sorry for the late visit. I have some questions for Zoom that is pretty urgent.
Are you all decked out in like your King's Guard uniform sort of thing?
He had tucked his like insignia away while they were out in town, and I think as soon as they got back onto the palace grounds, he has it out. He has his like cape and everything, which he normally doesn't wear, and he's got his hand on his sword as well. He looks like he's there for business.
Yeah, I think the servant takes note of your insignia and your station, and well, I'll go wake him up. It may take a moment, please.
You can tell him it's Lieutenant Kieran Voss.
Lieutenant Kieran Voss. Very good. Were you going to say something, Shanks?
Is there any chance the balcony door is unlocked?
Would say the door to the second floor balcony is not locked, but there is a window that's open.
You know what? Here's 100% gonna slip through that window. And at the end of that conversation, just like, oh, don't bother, we'll wake him. And he unlocks the door once he's through.
I'm sorry, what's going? I'm a little. You were not with Kieran when that was happening, I thought?
No,
Y'all
we were
split
going
off?
to the balcony.
Okay.
Yeah, we were going from opposite sides, just in case if we went in that, tried to bolt out the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Althyr's literally going to slip through that window and then unlock the balcony door from the inside. And as he says, I'll go wake him, says, oh, don't bother, we'll wake him.
I think there might be a little confusion because you're not where that conversation is happening in order to hear it.
Well, I was on the balcony with the window open.
Which is around back. In a different part. So you're a good distance away from each other.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I'm slipping through and unlocking anyway.
Okay. Yeah. That happens. Now you find yourself in what looks to be a study.
Let's dig around a little bit first then.
Yeah, we'll. So Lethos would have made Atlas carry him bridal style up and put him down gently.
Of course, and Atlas would have done it.
The minute he says, let's look around, he's just like music to my ears and just starts looking in all the spots that you would put anything hidden, like secret drawers, books that like turn into like passageways and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Make me a test of some kind. What do you think you should make? Where you're going about this? Could be instinct or
instinct's fine. Can I use observant?
Yeah, I would say so.
Are we making separate checks, or how do you want to do that?
Well, you can do it either way. You can both make a check, or you can assign someone to lead, and then you could.
I can help you. I'll help.
You'll help?
Yep.
Okay, that is An 11. Wait, what does the help get me?
It gets you advantage, so you add a d6 to the roll.
Add a d6. Ooh, okay, so that's a 17 with fear.
17 with fear. Yeah. So you're snooping around. This office is filled with papers and books, like economic reports, crop yield reports for Roadstoke, lots of information about the economy of Roadstoke and the economy of Loth'nen in comparison to each other, estimates for like the sustainability of the war effort on both sides, things like that. You find there is a hidden compartment, very well hidden within sort of the big fancy desk in this room. There's a few satellite desks, looks like assistants could work at, but like the big desk that most likely is the one that Zoom works at. There is a hidden compartment in the back of one of the lower drawers, which when you open it, you feel as though something gives way rather abruptly, as though something has broken while you were in the process of opening this. Perhaps there was some sort of secret method to do this that you weren't aware of, but you feel fairly confident that if anybody does inspect this, they will be aware that it has been opened. And you find inside of this a little piece of parchment that is rolled up and is now soaking in some sort of liquid.
Oh.
Can I, as we were looking through everything else and kind of like Althyr was doing the mechanism, can I look at the writing to see if the writing is that similar fancy handwriting that's in the book? Like just from regular papers that he has?
Yeah, I would say with your sort of expertise in documents and that sort of thing, it'd be easy enough to tell that those the journal, the notebook that you acquired from Pell, and a lot of the documents in here were penned by the same hand.
Trying to see what is in it. Doesn't tell me what's in a set of forgery tools. Like, would there be sand in there to like soak up ink kind of thing when you're trying to write a letter quickly?
Sure.
Can I throw that on the liquid on that letter?
Good thinking.
To try and dry it up as much as I can, as quick as I can.
Good
Save
thinking.
anything?
Yeah, we're gonna need a test for that to see how quickly you can do it. But it's got a slightly caustic smell, and you can tell that it's causing the ink in there to run. You can see it starting to bleed out, but
maybe agility?
Agility would be great.
Okay, and can I use quick hands?
Yeah.
That is a 17 with hope.
17 with hope, yeah. Yeah, how does Althyr react to this like sound of a little piece of glass breaking and then suddenly finding this piece of now soaked parchment?
He's just like, oh fuck, and like immediately pulls it free and like tosses it onto the desk.
Yeah, and then you very quickly, Lethos, reach into your forgery kit and throw this sort of powder over it that's designed to stop ink from running and hopefully prevented any further damage to this, whatever it is.
Is there anything visible or readable on it?
There is. It looks as though it is written in a a language that that you're not familiar with, but based on the layout of the document and what you can, or maybe it's a language you're not familiar with, maybe it's too damaged to read. You can recognize some characters here or there, like it's sharing a common alphabet with the language that you speak. But the way it's laid out, it looks like some sort of very official document. It looks like it is fairly old for a piece of paper. You'd maybe guess it's 40, 50 years old based on how it's yellowed. And one thing that at least one of you for certain would recognize would be the symbol of the Council of the Lord's Council of Roadstoke on the bottom.
Probably Althyr that knows that, not me.
Well, proof enough that he's dealing with Roadstoke. We can have someone translate this, and we can beat the rest of the answers out of him.
Is he like coming? Do we hear him
Not
like
at the
stirring yet?
Yeah. While this is there's the big joke.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
While this is going on, you can hear some footsteps coming down the hallway from towards the front of the building that pass by this door. And you can hear some muffled talking.
We'll open the door, crack, and listen.
Before they return with him, you said that there were guards posted nearby, though, right?
There's a few guards around. Like there's nobody stood by the front gate, but there's people on patrol. Every so often you see somebody.
Okay. And those would all also be like members of like the castle guard,
Mhm.
I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll just wait.
Yeah, and when you crack that door to hear you say, "Yes, my lord, I know it is late." He said it was very urgent. Yes, the King's Guard. You can hear him grumbling and what they could possibly want. Tell him I'll be there in a moment. You can hear the sound of somebody like getting dressed.
We'll wait until Kieran starts the conversation, maybe.
I think he keeps you waiting for about 10 minutes, Kieran.
No.
Althyr looks through his study to see if there's any hidden porn while we're waiting.
It's not hidden, no. Not in this room. After about 10 minutes or so, a somewhat a bleary-eyed and annoyed-looking half-orc with some short horns that kind of match the tusks comes out and I understand you're with the King's Guard and you wish to speak with me about something rather urgent this late at night. It must be very important. What is the meaning of this?
Yes, sorry, sir, for the late hour. I kind of keep strange work hours these days. But I've been hearing some concerning rumors, enough that it warranted looking into. People in the city seem to be convinced that half the castle's been carried off piece by piece, but the weird thing is I haven't heard any word of that inside these walls. So I figure who better to ask than someone who would know about everything going on financially here in the castle, things missing. I'm sure that you keep good books on these sorts of things.
Yes, there's been You're bothering me about stolen silverware at midnight.
Oh, I don't know if it's silverware, to be honest. And I didn't want to raise alarm with a bunch of other people if I could go straight to the source.
And it couldn't wait until morning, I guess. I'm sorry, what exactly are you asking me?
If you've heard anything strange going on about things missing around the castle, or if anything is reflected in your books, that seems odd.
We have had inordinately. Yes, that's why I mentioned silverware. We've had a number of goblets, chalices, things like that go missing. From her ladyship's quarters, we expect the help is at fault. The best vetting we can do. Sometimes people do slip through with nefarious intent or goals to enrich themselves.
Well, you could understand how someone on the Kingsguard might be concerned about that sort of security issue coming up, right?
Oh, absolutely, and I would expect the Kingsguard to handle it, are they not?
Yes, but again, I haven't been hearing anything inside these walls, which is strange. It's interesting that you've heard about that. Has that been reported somewhere?
Yes, all the ordering goes through me. It needs to be approved. Aren't you assigned to individual guard of Althyr? Arcane
Yes,
advisor.
Althyr. Yes, and Althyr has a very broad scope of projects that he works on for the king.
He does indeed. Lucky to be him.
Can I make like some sort of insight check on this man when he's talking about Althyr?
Absolutely. Where's his stat block?
Would that be instinct?
Yeah, that would work.
That is a 14 with hope.
He says, I'm sorry, what was the last thing you said to him, if you remember?
That Althyr has a broad scope of projects that he works on, and then he made a comment about how Althyr is, yes, he does, lucky to be him.
And I said, and then he'll look to you and say, it must be nice being the lapdog of somebody so favored, as he uses his devastating retort feature. Please mark a stress. It's difficult to read his exact intent, but it's no secret that he doesn't seem to like Althyr very much.
Taking the cue, Althyr is going to round the corner and say, "Oh, darling, don't wear your envy so obviously on your sleeve."
What in the hells is the meaning of this?
Oh, well, I was just out and about dealing with a broad spectrum of things, as I am wont to do. And, the strangest thing kept happening. People I was dealing with down in the West Wedge kept describing you having weird, shady dealings with criminal types. Now, I thought that was absurd because obviously you're not smart enough to be dealing with those types, but it kept happening again and again, and so I did a little bit of digging, and, well, it would seem that you're hiring people to lift things from the palace grounds. And as he says that last bit, I'm going to use my voice of dread. Mechanically, all it actually does is that I will make them make a spellcast roll against them. On a success, they must mark a stress and become temporarily vulnerable. But I'm trying to do it to sort of put them off balance and intimidate.
Yeah. Make that roll.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be what?
Says, yes, I would expect someone much more like yourself to be involved in shady dealings with the underbelly of this city. Isn't that the case? Now you will remove yourself from my property, or I will have you removed. Please,
as if you have the authority.
You do need to mark a stress. You did fail that roll against him.
Yeah. Stress marked.
Can Atlas come around the corner and I'm assuming there's like furniture in the room that we're like in. Some
Yes.
furniture. Okay. Could he feign falling on the furniture and reaching out and grabbing this gentleman's pants and pulling them down as he goes down?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that. Finesse, please.
Oh no. Okay.
Unless
Just
you
takes the
want to
whole
make a
man
case.
out.
You know what?
something else?
I will do finesse, but I'm going to argue that I'm going to use his iron grip experience.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Once he's got those pants, he ain't letting them go. All right, I got
Because
a
we're about to make a
17
spectacle
with
of
hope.
ourselves, I'm gonna just step inside the entryway and maybe close the door.
Sounds good. And what was that, Greg?
I got a 17 with hope.
17 with
Nice.
hope. Yeah, this whatever you want to have happen happens. Please describe it.
Yeah, I think Atlas is not very good at judging the distance, so he starts tripping way far away from this guy, and ends up having to like fall forward, but kind of flap his wings a little bit to actually make it the rest of the distance to him. Grabs his trousers just right up close to the hip, and just kind of, instead of pulling them down, accidentally rips them. Oh, I am so terribly
You
sorry. And he's
bumbling
frantically like
fool!
looking around for like a scratch on his leg. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me pull these up for you.
Absolutely not. And he tries to step on your hand as you do that.
I would also like to be looking for the scratch.
Yeah, we're all looking at the scratch.
Yeah, it's easy enough to see. There is a small scratch on the side of his legs. You do not understand what you are poking your nose into, you almost correct imbecile. He's yelling at you, Althyr. Somebody has been doing exactly what you have been suggesting, and I have been trying to get to the bottom of it. Somebody is attempting to insinuate or implicate Her Majesty's cousin in a plot to extend the length of this war. And if you had done your research, you would have figured that out.
Why would somebody want to implicate her?
Well, I'm not entirely certain, other than if something happens to her that runs her ineligible to hold the lands of Flatwood, the next person in line to inherit after Baroness Euphobia Honeybud is Queen Gloria herself.
With all due respect, though, why are you looking into this? I mean, you have people for that.
Things started going missing. Didn't seem like anything untoward at first, other than some petty theft. Until...
If there was more to it, then why would you not simply inform the Crown's Guard who came to ask about it?
I do not know who is involved. Especially not the private guard of someone such as yourself.
Yes, it is curious who's involved in these things. It could be anyone. It could even be Lords of Roadstoke, for example.
Very well could be. I'm sure they would stand great to gain by having things stabilized around here.
Indeed. So if only I could find someone who's making contracts with them.
Yes, if you could find someone who is making contracts with them, that would be most informative.
Can I read it? Can I try to read whether he's reacting to that at all? If he's trying to conceal anything?
Go for it. Instinct, please.
Yeah. All right. That is a 19 with hope.
19 with hope. He seems genuine in the statement that if someone was contracting with the Lords of Roadstoke, it would be very good to get to the bottom of that. There's nothing in his demeanor that says, like, they suspect me of making a contract. Like, yeah.
Wait, so are you implicating that the Queen is trying to throw her cousin under the bus?
I don't know who's trying to throw her cousin under the bus. I don't know why she would need to.
Yes, it doesn't make any sense for her to be involved.
Surely there would be better ways of her implicating her cousin in something than having items lifted from her quarters.
So why were you hiring someone to do this?
Do what?
Steal from the palace.
I've done no such thing.
Oh, so that's not a friendly little scratch from a friendly little sphinx?
Where do you think we get information about what's been stolen by the people who steal things?
Well, that's not what your employee told us.
You believe them?
Yes.
Why?
We have connections.
Shady indeed.
I wouldn't go so far as saying shady.
There's another one? Please
Dramatic
invite
reveal
all of your friends into
Dramatic,
my...
he just walks around and he's like throwing like whatever like trinkets he had on his desk or something. Like he had like a fancy little paperweight. He's just like throwing it up in the air.
You just said it yourself, though. Where do you think we get information from? People like that, right?
Indeed, one must deal with unsavory elements from time to time if information is to be got surreptitiously.
Right, which is exactly what we've done. So perhaps the royal investigators should do their job at this point with you.
Perhaps they should. Why don't you leave it to them?
Good idea. I wouldn't run off if I were you.
Why would I do such a thing? Now that we have come to a little bit more of a genuine understanding of what you are doing here at my residence this late in the evening and the goings-on in the palace, perhaps now you will feel inclined to remove yourself before I call the guards.
Oh, absolutely. Fortunately for you, that's also where we're going.
Oh,
And,
marvelous.
He'll walk past him in a way that he definitely bashes his shoulder with his.
This half orc and this little frail man.
Yup. Yeah, he just bounces back.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's not intending to do any harm, but he's just like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, the disrespect is palpable.
yeah.
Is there like a really nice piece of furniture in here?
Loads.
It's
Okay.
furniture,
Is there
what
one
are you
that like?
saying?
Is there like maybe like a really well weathered chair that looks really comfy to sit in that like was probably the one that he went to the most?
Not in the entryway, but there is definitely that sort of furniture.
Okay. He's gonna find just the nicest one and give like a good scratch across it. Be like, I owed you that from the Sphinx.
What?
Tearing his pants off wasn't
Yeah.
good.
Instead, scratch him back.
Yeah, it was either that or he
Underwear,
scratches his
vegan
face and
jerky,
assaults the guy.
Very good. So we shall add vandalism to your list of crimes in addition to trespassing.
All right. I'm sorry.
Be gone!
Immediately apologize.
Goodbye.
Oh my god.
Lethos is just like theft too. He's walking with the paper.
Ugh.
No, Lethos.
Sorry, trying to turn a new page. I got it. Here we go. He hands it to him.
It's like grips it with this like intensity.
I think on their way out, Kieran's gonna be last. And he's gonna turn to Zoom and he's gonna go just for future reference. It looks, these sorts of things, they look really bad on you if you're not sharing information within the castle and everyone in the city's talking about it. Makes us look weak. Not really good position to be in as an economic advisor. And he's gonna turn and leave.
The door slams loudly behind you.
All right, well, Kieran, find someone to gather a squad, take him in. He should suffer questioning. And we have something we need to translate. And he holds up the sandy, soggy letter.
So you guys actually did find something?
Yes, and the seal at the bottom is for the Lords of Roadstoke.
He seems so not in the loop.
Should we perhaps find out more about that land for the Queen's cousin? See if there's anything significant about it?
Perhaps. After all, this investigation was spurred on by a letter from her household that did not have a proper signature and any real credible evidence at all. Just kind of working on a whim this evening.
All right. Well, aside from that, do you want me to also check on anything else while I'm in there? Sorry, if you said something, my headset cut out.
I didn't. I'm thinking. My brain's working very slowly right now. Perhaps if you can find out the household address of Her Majesty's, was it cousin?
Cousin, yes.
Would that sort of thing be in the? I guess. I guess if we've had to like have things come through the guard office, that might be a thing.
So one, I would say, you would know from. Yeah, you would be able to get that. You would know that you would be able to get that kind of information.
Okay. Yeah, then Kieran will start walking towards the watch office, which I imagine is probably always busy.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit calmer at night, but there's always somebody here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll go towards there, and he's carrying himself pretty confidently. I think he's kind of like, he's confused a little bit because he's trying to be loyal to multiple people right now, and that's kind of difficult for him. But he enters in and he kind of pokes his head in, and before even like looking around, he just says, "Anyone here?"
You hear, yeah, back here. And another guardsman who you've seen before, we'll say his name is Matthew. Why not?
Hey.
Evening.
Evening. How's it been going around here?
Pretty slow tonight. Good news.
Yeah. I kind of need some. I need to kind of just look through some of the logs and ledgers if that's not going to bother you.
Oh, no. By all means, I trust you know the way.
Yeah, he'll go. Is it like in the same room where this person is? Because he's gonna try to talk to them while also like sort of flip through some information.
So there's kind of like this there's like a reception desk sort of thing with a grate, and then there's like the room with all the documents is visible, but you have to go through a locked door to get there. So you would be in the same space.
All right, like, so he'd be like shouting through the door, kind of conversation.
Not necessarily shouting, but just maybe talking a little bit elevated. But
So, you notice any increase in shifts and patrols lately?
That's a good question. Not really any shifts. We had a few people more than usual call out sick last week, so we had to move some things around.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Is there something you hear about, any sort of illness going around?
Yeah, I guess there's a couple people sound like some sort of like flu-like thing going on. Lays them up for a couple of days. But seems like everyone's making a pretty quick recovery, but I haven't gotten it yet. Lucky. Seems unpleasant. He said he didn't get out of bed for 3 days.
David, when was the meeting that Zoom had with Echo?
The most recent one was last week.
Yeah, a lot of things are lining up.
Do you hear some like silverware has gone missing? What a weird thing to complain about, right?
I know, right? Like they've got so much of it, but and we've been doing some interviews with some of the staff of the palace, and nobody really seems to have seen anything. And like, I mean, everybody's nervous. Like, who wouldn't be nervous being called in because you work in the palace and stuff has been stolen, and now the guard's asking you a bunch of questions. But it's not really been leading anywhere. And it's really easy to flip silver. I guess you just melt it down, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Have they been increasing security around the areas that things have been going missing?
Yeah, we've put some extra guard around like the lockers where they keep that sort of thing, and just extra eyes on the staff when there's been any sort of function where a lot of expensive plates and things have been gotten out, and make sure nobody's trying to leave work with it, but not really having a whole lot of luck.
What about in and out shipments? Have they been increasing like check-ins on that? Looking through stuff as it goes out?
Not a lot of stuff goes out, but I don't think there's been any change to the diligence.
Kieran is going to be looking for the he's going to be looking for anything noted about like strange like increase in guards in certain areas that normally they wouldn't. He'll probably take note of the people who have called in sick last week, or called in. And he'll look for the address. The Queen's address is what Althyr wanted.
Oh, I mean, you know where that is. It's the palace.
Yeah, the cousin's address.
The cousin's address.
Yeah, so you're able to do a little research in there. There's sort of a directory of the middle and lower nobility, all the various lords, ladies, baronesses, and things that manage the lands on His Majesty's behalf. And as you know, to be expected, you get the address for Baroness Euphebia Honeybud Flatwood. It's they got like the name of her estate, which I actually haven't made up, which is itself in Flatwood, which is some distance from here. And just knowing the geography, Flatwood is sort of right on the border, such as a formal border exists with Roadstoke and the lands that they claim. And a lot of the Flatwood lands are heavily contested right now and still occupied by the forces of Roadstoke. But sort of while you're flipping through this, you're also looking for information about guard postings.
Yeah.
You look back into the schedule and you see there's not an abandoned, a vacant villa that is sort of used to host guests, nobility, and things, that has had guard assigned to it for about 8 months, somewhat unusually, guarding somebody who's noted as EH. Providing security for EH at the guest villa. Which,
yeah, we haven't heard anything about that though.
well, those are the initials of Queen Gloria's cousin.
Oh.
Based on the timeline, it looks like she has possibly been in hiding in the capital since the lands of Flatwood got occupied by the forces of Roadstoke.
It's weird that it just says EH for the guest villa and not like a proper name then.
Right. Like if someone was here if she was here on an official visit, it would be Baroness Euphebia Honeybud, Lady of Flatwood, instead of just EH.
Can I get a couple of the names? Can I write down a couple of the names for who've been posted there?
Absolutely. I don't have a list of names, but I will come up with some for next time.
I'm gonna write Bram and Edna. Yeah, he'll put that information away. I feel like there was something else I came here for, but my brain is dead.
To have Zoom questioned.
Right. Yeah, I think he's gonna drop more of the casual tone that he's been taking with this guard. I assume this is a guard posted here that he kind of outranks if they're just on like a watch post duty.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily be his commanding officer, but you would be higher rank.
Yeah, he'll say, I'm gonna maybe make your night a little bit of a difficult one, unfortunately, Matthew. Yeah, well, we've been looking into this this matter of the thefts going on around here, and there's some interesting things happening with one of the people who reside here. Would Kieran know like the proper protocol for like calling an investigation to this? if there's people that are like, these are the people that you put on this assignment, or would he pass it off to just a guard at the watch post here?
I think if like you have the authority to give this guy an order.
Mm-hmm. I just don't
So-
know if I should be accusing an advisor of something to a random guard.
that would be a pretty serious accusation to like, I'm the shift lead at watch post 7.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. You certainly could issue like the accusation and the evidence, and they would, be responsible for handling it and flagging it up, but it is a rather serious accusation.
Actually, do you know where your commanding officer is?
I think he's out on a patrol right now. He should be making the rounds back here, and looks at a candle to see how far it's burnt down before too long.
All right. He's gonna relay that information through the orb that he has. Not what they're looking for. Just the fact that there isn't anyone here that's higher ranking to deal with this. And he'll say to Althyr, "What do you want me to do with that?"
Have him send his captain to my quarters when he's returned.
All right. He's gonna sort of just pull out a piece of paper, leave a note with Matthew, tell him, well, when he comes back, can you give him this and tell him that Althyr would like to speak with him at his quarters?
Absolutely, I'll be sure that he gets it.
Thanks. And see you around.
Have a good night.
He comes out of there and he speaks through the orb again. I don't know where everyone else went at that during that. He just says, got the address. There's also something going on at the villa. I wrote down a couple of names that might be of use to us. And a lot of people were sick last week.
Immediately after he had his meeting with Echo.
So, what now?
Now we find someone to translate this contract, or whatever it is, and I suppose we pick things back up in the morning.
Yeah. He'll try to meet up with everyone, ask where they are.
Probably went back to Althyr's.
Yeah.
Yep.
David, is there anyone that I would know that would be able to discreetly translate things?
Almost certainly.
Would I be able to call on them urgently?
I think you certainly could. You've certainly got the coin and the station to do that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hope a translator can come by and discreetly translate this page for us.
And I have not fully written up what it says yet.
That's fine.
So, is there anything else anybody would like to do this evening while the translator's on the way?
There's about 3 things Kieran would like to do this evening.
1, 2, 3.
I did have a question. Oh,
Okay.
sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
There you go.
Okay. The guest house, This is out of character because Atlas
Okay.
is dumb. The guest house was that you said 8 months or so. There was the EH there.
Mhm.
Is there still somebody being posted there currently?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that is present and ongoing.
Okay, noted.
Mm.
Which I think, Kieran, you sort of put together that you've uncovered somewhat, stumbled into somewhat of like a little secret
Mm-hmm.
that they're trying to keep her presence here hidden for some purpose.
Hmm.
We will need to be careful with that in case it's some sort of protection thing that we blow the cover of.
Yeah. I don't know. I have thoughts. But no, there's nothing else. I will, when the captain arrives, I will inform him that we've uncovered enough evidence to make him at least a person of interest in our investigation. We'd like him to be properly questioned, and give him what evidence we have as it is, leaving out the contract, which I will just say we found a connection between him and Roadstoke.
Okay.
Lethos would have finished up, or at least tried to finish up the translating that he was doing from earlier, just to make sure that things were fully uncovered.
Oh, the notebook.
The notebook.
Okay. I think that would be a good scene to play out. So I think it's almost at time. I think we hit pause here for this week and come back to uncover what is going on with Zoom and at the very least, the underbelly of this city. There's something going on there you found.